Hello, everyone. My name is Carl, and today I will be talking about Minecraft for the Nintendo Switch Edition. Minecraft was developed by Mojang and published by Mojang on June 20th, 2018 for the Switch. You can pick one up for $29.99, and it is rated E10 plus for fantasy violence. It is an open world sandbox game based on building things with cubes or blocks or what have you. So, going into this, if you don't know what Minecraft is at this point, I don't know what to tell you. It is the best selling game of all time. It is an open world sandbox creative and blah 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 blah. Everybody knows what Minecraft is, all right? So, because it is the best selling game of all time, there's not a lot I can say to the discussion, not a lot I can add to the discussion of how good Minecraft is. There's tons and tons of videos by people that have a lot more info and a lot more knowledge about this game than I do and can speak a lot more concisely, so I'm just not going to try to talk about how great Minecraft is, right? So instead, I will give my opinion, one, on the basic story aspect of the game, so beating the final boss of the game and seeing the credits, and what I think about that. And um, I'm also going to talk about how Minecraft has been adapted to the Switch. Since I played more after I played this on my PC, both Java and Bedrock Edition. Overall, I'm assuming you kind of know what Minecraft is. You know basically how it works. And I will be reviewing this as a port of Minecraft, not a standalone title. So I will be doing my out of 5 review score instead of my out of 10 score. So, diving into the usual history anticipation of Minecraft. I really didn't have much interest in the game before I played it for Switch. I knew what it was, of course, but I never really wanted to start it because typically, like, directionless games, like where you can just go do anything and there's no goals, like those aren't typically my kinds of games. Like I'll play them with friends, but whatever. So I actually got this Switch edition to celebrate some milestone, I forget what, on my Switch stream. Link in the description. Um, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna play through it on stream. So I did, and you can check that playthrough. I linked the couple of videos that I did. I streamed the start and the end of it um, down in the description below. But one thing going in, I was very confused about the different versions of Minecraft. So there is a Minecraft Nintendo Switch edition, which is, from what I understand, someone comment down below if I'm confused. It was a Minecraft edition made specifically for the Switch, and it was like its own little thing. But soon after that, they made it just Minecraft Bedrock edition. Now there's two main editions of Minecraft. There's Java and Bedrock edition. Java is the one I think most people play. It's where you can download it for, your on your PC, and it has kind of like the code is available for anyone to play around with and mod and whatnot, to their heart's delight. But you have to host your own servers and stuff. And Bedrock is the one that's for, there is one for Windows 10, but there's also one for Xbox, PlayStation, I believe, and Switch. And what those are, and that's what this is. That's what this is. Um, it's like the idea is to kind of lock things down and allow people to more easily play collaboratively between the different versions. So that's what this is. This is Minecraft Bedrock Edition for the Nintendo Switch. So now that that confusion is out of the way, I'm going to dive into what I thought about beating the game. So, in order to see the credits and win and beat the game, beat Minecraft, you have to kill the Ender Dragon. And to do that, and now if you're a speedrunner, I know it there are shortcuts to be taken, and it's not this simple. But in order to do that, you need to get to the end, which is the realm where the Ender Dragon lives. And in order to do that, you need Eyes of Ender, which are an item, to find a fortress which has an end portal, which you need to put those end Eyes of Ender in the end portals. But to get those Eyes of Ender, you need to craft them with blaze rods and ender pearls. So you need to get the nether, where this is the only place to get blaze rods. And to get to the nether, you need obsidian to build a nether portal. And in order to get obsidian, you need to mine it, but the only way to mine it is with a diamond pickaxe. So you need to craft a diamond pickaxe, and for that you need diamonds. And in order to mine diamonds, you need an iron pickaxe. So then you need to get iron. In order to mine iron, you need a stone pickaxe. In order to get stone, you get a cobblestone. You need to make a wooden pickaxe, and then there you go. You can just mine wood with your fist. So there is zero tutorial that I saw. I don't know if I missed something. I think in the past there used to be, but I was streaming this, so I did have chat telling me, giving me hints and telling me what I could do. And I did have some prior knowledge. But going in, I didn't know specifically where and how to find everything. Um, yeah, if I didn't know that, I would have been extremely lost. And if you had, to be honest, if you had told me you need to beat the Ender Dragon, good luck, like go find it, I don't think I would have really ever, ever, ever in a million years found out how to get there with that, because it's so like you have to do this and this and this, right? So like that's one of my biggest like gripes, I guess, with like the beating the game aspect of it. I know Minecraft is not about going in and beating the game, and like, it's about creating stuff, and it's about adventure, and it's about building things and discovering. So I do kind of give it a pass from like, okay, like how do you figure this stuff out? Well, when you pick items up, it does give you recipes that you can craft other things, so you can figure out, okay, what does this do, and you kind of experiment around. And in order to build a nether portal, there are ruined nether portals that spawn around that kind of give you a hint, like, oh, like it looks like this was a frame that fell down. So maybe if I fix it, and like, oh, in this chest there's flint and steel. So maybe if I light it on fire, it'll do something. So like you know, there are way like I could see that you could figure it out, but you would need to just do a lot of exploring and kind of get lucky experimenting with things. And it's certainly not built to be like, oh, I can solve a puzzle and get there. So if you're someone that's just trying to go in blind and beat the game, like this is not the way to do it. Yeah, that's not the way to do it. Sorry. Um, so that's also um I think the combat in this game is kind of awful. Like you can have a shield, you can have a sword, and you can have armor, but like you just kind of have to run close to people and swing your sword at them, and then hope they don't touch you. Hope they don't get close enough to touch you. And the fight with the Ender Dragon was awful. In order to kill the Ender Dragon, it has like 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever obsidian pillars surrounding it, and what you have to do is somehow get on top of those pillars and break the I don't even remember what they're called. Break these like little things on top of them, because those things will heal the Ender Dragon at a more rapid rate than you could generally hope to kill it. So end beacons, whatever they're called, I don't know. So you have to break those, and then that way you can actually fight the Nether Dragon. But like you have to somehow get on top of these pillars. So what I did was I made pillars of sand, and I climbed up, so that even if I fell off, because the dragon will knock you off, you can just dig out all the sand and then try again. So like it was just painful. Like it wasn't fun. I didn't feel creative. I didn't feel like I was, good at what I was doing, or that I could, or that I could do anything about just getting better, other than just absolutely getting myself wrecked. I'm glad. The only thing I'm glad about is that I was never knocked into the abyss, because then I would have lost all my armor. So what happened was, like, it was just this slow, pitiful me going back into the end, picking up all my armor, trying to put it on really quickly before the Ender Dragon hit me again, and then continue. Like, it was just pitiful. I ended up winning, but I hated it. I hated it. It took a couple hours, because I had to like run back to my house and get something, and it was It was awful. I did not have a fun time fighting the Ender Dragon. And if you watch my video, you will see like how peeved off I got. So yeah, I just it's a creative game. Stick to that. Fighting in this game is I don't it's not deep, it's not great. I'm sorry. Hot take. Um anyway, so let's kind of dive in. Let's get away from the actual storyline and let's dive into how it actually plays on the Switch. So, onto a review of like the port itself. Does it run on Switch? Yes. Does it run well on Switch? Eh. The problem with Minecraft inherently is that because you can manipulate the world itself, because you can dig things and change things and build things and add your own things and encourage mobs to grow and different characters to be here, you can make things more and more complex. So it'll take more and more of a toll on the hardware of the system. So it's hard to get the game to run optimally on a worse hardware because like you can make it run fine normally, but then you start to build stuff and then things start to lag. Even with high-end computers, there's easily things that you can do to mess with everything. So if you make it more complicated, it'll make it run worse. And because of that, playing on Switch really kind of hamstrings what you can do. Because if you try to get really creative and grandiose, the game will start lagging uh, and stuttering. You know, like for example, if you want, like, if you're taking Smash Bros. Right on the Switch, also a game on the Switch, great game, and you are uh and you've optimized it so that when you have 8 players on the screen at the same time fighting, it will not lag on the biggest stage. Then you have successfully optimized the game well enough. Of course there are things you can do, assist trophies, whatever, to try to, make the game lag a bit, but that is a well optimized game, right? Because it preserves the experience of fighting, even with when you push it to reasonable limits, when you're not trying to specifically do things to exploit and overload the hardware. But with Minecraft, I mean, yeah, you can easily do things to exploit and try to cause lag, but at the same time, what like you can also do that by just making an iron farm and an experience farm and having a bunch of cattle. Like, so it just kind of limits your ability to have fun. Also, like, there's weird glitches and stuff, like visual glitches and even some gameplay glitches. Whenever I would load in, it would just take forever to to load the actual everything. Like, I would just be sitting in like this void expanse while things slowly, very, very slowly loaded in around me. There was also a glitch I ran into a lot when I was mining. You would mine a block and you would break it, and it would drop the block, and its collision was removed, but it was still there visually. So you could walk into it and walk through it, and you could see through it, and you could see through the ground all the way until like another cave system or another tunnel. So you could kind of exploit that to like look through the ground and find stuff, which was kind of not cool. I also ran into other random weird things here and there. For example, there was one when I was fighting the Ender Dragon. One time um I loaded into the game and it did not load the floor beneath me before loading me in. So I just fell and died. Luckily, I had already died and I didn't have anything on me, so I didn't lose anything. But I just fell through the bottom of the world and died. Like, literally loaded in and died. And so I was like, excuse me? Like, what visual glitches and stuff are like, whatever. But that's kind of ridiculous. I don't know if that was an edge case or how rare that was, but like, come on, you know? Um, but if we get into the controls of things, Um, there's two ways generally to control like moving and looking around in 3D space. You have your mouse and keyboard where you have like WASD to control like where you move, walk left, so left, straight right, move forward, backwards, move forward, stuff like that. And then you use the mouse to where you look. And then there's a controller where you use the right stick to move the camera and the left stick to move your character. The problem with Minecraft, the elephant in the room is it's made for mouse and keyboard, and it's very clearly made for mouse and keyboard. Because with mouse and keyboard, you're very much more precise when you have a mouse to physically move around. When you use a control stick, you don't have as much ability to move your thumb around. So it's like there's a lot of, oh, went too far, now try to move back, and like that. And in Minecraft, you need to point your reticle at the block that you want to mine. And if you're not like pointing at the right block, obviously you're wasting time or whatever. And although blocks are big, it's kind of easy to mine the one you want. It's just not optimal, and it just doesn't feel optimal. You need something with that like more of an analog, more of a free um, ability like a mouse. And one way to do that is with gyro controls. So you physically move the controller and your camera moves as well. That I have found in my experience is also very intuitive. But unfortunately, as far as I know, there is absolutely no option for you to enable gyro controls in Minecraft. Not in the Switch edition at least. So like, I mean, it's not by any stretch of the imagination awful to control, but it's also not great. It's also not ideal. And there's no way to hook a mouse and keyboard up to the Switch that I know of. So, again, let me now know in the comments below if you want, if you know of a way to do that. But yeah. So on to my conclusion and to my recommendation. So, should you get Minecraft for the Switch? No, you should not. I don't think so anyway. Unless it's really your only option, which it was mine. Like I could only stream, like I could get it from my computer, but I would have a hard time streaming it. Um, just get Bedrock for PC if you want Bedrock, or Java Edition for your PC. Don't get it for a console. I wouldn't be surprised if your normal laptop could be like it could handle as much or more than the Switch. I'm no tech guy, so again, but like just get it normally on Windows 10. If you want to play Bedrock, if you want to play Java, great, get that. Um, I guess if you're someone that's into like mobile Minecraft, what Pocket Edition I think, it could be handy for playing it on the go. I never did. I don't know if it runs better or worse in handheld mode. But yeah, I don't know. I'd say give this one a pass, most likely. There's some niche cases where you might want it, like mine, where I can only stream from my Switch. But yeah, I mean, I guess one thing I neglected to mention, it does come with a Super Mario mashup pack. I didn't try it. I don't care. I had no desire. I don't know if there's more items or what. Or yeah, but I never tried it. So I guess if you want that, then do that because it's only with the Switch edition, I think. But yes, of course, this is given my port rating to give you all a reminder. A 3 out of 5 is like good port. They did a good job. 5 out of 5 is they did an amazing job and added content and made it the definitive way to play the game. 1 out of 5 is they did an absolutely horrible job and it's barely even playable. And I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5 because is it still playable? Yes. Is it as good as the actual like on PC? No. So, yeah. That's it. That's my opinion, my review of Minecraft for Nintendo Switch. Let me know in the comments below. There was a lot of things where I was unsure of, so if you want to answer any of my questions, please feel free. I would love to. If you agree or disagree, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I read all my comments. But other than that, yeah, stay safe out there, folks, and have a good one. Bye.